All systems go, Captain. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. It's your another episode of Blerd's Eye View with your host, Chris Fury, the man on the wall. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. If you're watching this on IG, hello out there. But you can really get in tune with us if you're checking us out on the YouTube channel. Wow. What a mouthful. Anyway, it's Tuesday. What's going on, Christy? It's Tuesday. I hope everybody's having a great week so far. I did not jinx that, but let's get started. We got Whoopty in the building. What's up?
Okay. Almost didn't make it.
Hey, you know how I say, hey, if you're tired, take a rest. Look, that's why it's Wild Card Wednesday or Wild Card Tuesday. See, maybe I should have took the rest.
I said didn't want to help me.
Yeah, see, that's why. Yeah, it's okay. No planning what's so involved or anything. What's up, Bama? Bama's in the building. Laney, Degree of the Horror. What's going on? I got questions. Once you get situated, I got questions. Let's get it in. We'll be watching. What's happening?
Just fresh out the bubble, just to.
Oh, it didn't fall in the ocean.
It didn't in the ocean.
Oh,
look at my big boy.
Nice.
It's not the biggest thing I got.
Pause.
It's right. Not the biggest bullet I got.
And on that note, maybe.
That's what
Lord, you bring me in on that one, Chris. Way to go. I was sitting there screaming, whoop-de-down. We need assistance over at a residence. Lord have mercy. And Will, that's the biggest pause you deserve, bro. That's all I gotta say.
Ain't no pause on that.
Oh my God. So,
X-Men number 25. Chris, you know about this one.
Yeah, I actually have that one.
Man, this is my third copy, bro.
And I actually have it.
Damn.
Those foil covers those hologram foil covers was something else.
What? Man, let me tell you. And this one is so pivotal because this was the issue that Charles mind wiped Magneto because he was on a tear. He was like, "Fuck you,"
which is
fuck
why you got to watch Chuck.
Oh,
Chuck
We
has
got-
I'll be working all the
Chuck
time.
at the Shire of Punani, man. He's kind of touched. I'm telling you.
Tafari, boots on the ground. What's going on?
I don't have Funkos, but I have movies. So I finally got my Obi-Wan.
I should have told
Knight.
you. I should have told you to grab me an extra copy.
I sent y'all the links when all the pre-orders went out. That was like 2 months ago.
Pre-orders involve money. Don't do that. Don't.
Not
And
not
not
only
only that, you
that.
talking about you said it 2 months ago. That's probably 2 years in the text time. What you talking about?
I mean, they're probably on shelves like right now if they're at my door, so you can go pick them up at Walmart.
Nah, yeah, I have to.
Man,
go
this is
out.
Crisis on Infinite Blurs. What are you talking about, bro? I'm gonna need you to stay on point with that, okay?
I have to go out of ways to, there's a Walmart near me that is don't. Let's just put it like this. They actually made the news because a fight broke out and a woman got slapped with a 10-pound log of hamburger meat.
Wow.
Let that
Only at
sink in.
Walmart.
Yeah.
Yep.
So did they scream Hadouken when they did it? Because that would have been worth the price of admission. Let me tell
The
you.
fact that I said there is no way in hell that actually happened, and then I had to go to the store later that day
Oh
and
God.
seen the aftermath, and I'm like, yeah, all right, really, and you didn't put yourself at the top of the list of the one of the store I don't want to go to anymore.
Damn,
So
they didn't even close it for half the day. That's crazy.
no, it's
Nah.
Walmart.
It's on somebody's
Yeah, you're
YouTube
right,
channel
you're
right
right.
now. Someone got it updated on TikTok right now.
Oh yeah, it's on Walmart. Why cancel?
How's it feel? Look at that.
So what's been going on with everybody?
Ladies first.
Not much. Working hard. I'm Rolling good. down. There you go. You know, Working hard. There you go.
Um,
Working hard.
Laney, it was a
What?
coin toss for me and the wife this past weekend
Okay.
between Abigail and Boy Kills World.
I didn't
great
see Boy Kills
choices.
World yet, but I did see Abigail.
And
I like it.
I actually read I read your article for the website. Go check it out, blerdseyeview.org. I gotta say, if you like mindless violence and straight action, if you're a fan of John Wick, you'll love this. Boy Kills World is a very happy medium between action and comedy.
I thought you was about to talk about Abigail. I was like, that's kind of that way too.
I didn't
So-
get to see Abigail yet, and I'm hoping to go this weekend.
Mhm.
But when I say hearing John H. Benjamin's voice the entire film, and I can't stop giggling because I keep seeing Bob's Burgers. Oh, he just sliced the guy open, but it's Bob. It was like good stuff. It's good stuff. If you like The Raid, if you like John Wick, it's right down the center of that. I think this one is this Bill Skarsgård?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's Bill. It's Bill.
Bill is everywhere.
They showed, they showed the Crow trailer before they showed the movie, and when I say, okay, yeah, you're solidifying yourself, like you can do action, you can do action. I looked it up. This dude went through like intensive training to fight for fighting, and strength training. I'm like, okay, I see you, Finn Jones. You got explaining to do. Got explaining to do. You just can't come out the gate and think you the master of kung fu or the Iron Fist and not train for it. But yeah, it's a fun time.
It's I gotta explain nothing. Just stay away.
So yeah, so yeah. But other than that, yeah, I said okay, let's get through the rest of the weekend. I was trying to go Sunday to go see Abigail, but when one of these days I'm going to get another double feature movie day out the way. It's a must.
I haven't had one in 5 years, bro. When I tell you I've been trying, I've been trying. It just doesn't work.
Adults be adults.
Facts.
All right. God, I was just like, we can go see this, and then we can go see this. But see, the way the theater has been working lately, because they had the Mummy 2 playing as well. They had Challengers out. So Challengers and Boy Kills World both came out this weekend or this past weekend. And then they had still Ghostbusters Frozen Empire, Mummy 2, Mummy Returns. They had there weren't a lot of screenings for a lot of the films. And I'm slightly concerned. You know, because of like, if you put too many out, if you put too many films out, then which one is actually making the money?
It's a catch-22, I think, because if you, like you said, you put out too many, you know, now money has to spread across all the showings. But if you put in too little, people are not as quick to go to the movies because there aren't that many choices. They will sit there and say, well, I'd be better off staying home.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because so we go to a Cinemark near us, and there's a theater. We call it Theater 13. Theater 13 is the one that is all the bells and whistles, right? I've seen Godzilla and Kong, Frozen Empire, Boy Kills World, and it's a fourth film off film, and none of them has been in 13. They've been in the smaller theaters, which is still not bad because the only thing 13 really has now is just more seating. Because now all the theaters have all the bells and whistles, you know, plus it has a bigger screen. That's about it. But I'm kind of like on the fence. I'm just like, why? Damn it.
But see, I like the smaller theaters because they're a little more personal, a little more private. Granted, if you have the larger premieres, like when Endgame came out and it was a massive theater, more people there, it made it more fun because you had these different personalities.
You need all the theaters over. you need all of these. They're just like, what, we're showing this? No, we're not showing this Stallone movie tonight. No. Just stop it in the middle because all the Endgame is starting at 8.
It's so crazy to think that Endgame was 5 years ago.
Right?
Oh, it's
right.
Wow. It still blows the mind. It was 5 years ago. First, it feels like it was just last year or a year before.
Exactly. And especially because of COVID, that made it even shorter, it feels like.
Damn, it really was 5 years ago.
And I ended up seeing it like 4 or 5
We're now at the blip.
We are.
4? Only 4, you slacker.
We're officially at the blip. We're at the mark. I don't. It's weird. Fan there. It's weird that much.
No one can hear but you.
It's a me thing because I don't want it right on the microphone. But it's weird because, damn, 5 years has gone by and you're just kind of like, it's been 5 years since Endgame aired. Fuck, what do we do? And yes, Thanos was right. I don't think he had a better execution.
Lord have mercy.
Considering the Thanos that we know in the comics.
Shrek, what's good, man? Yo.
I think considering what we know in the comics, it was just like, he shouldn't be. I'm like, trust me. This is a much tamer version of he was just busy for no reason. Bumping everybody off for no reason. So,
But he justified why he did it. He's like, if we feel there's too many people in the universe, okay, that's fine. But you, gross.
He would have been a great politician.
Apparently, he was in his home world. You just needed a good Naruto talk and it stops.
Yeah. So I don't know, but other than that, man, it's been 5 years. I can't even imagine that now.
And
what we should have gotten, so much has happened in that 5 years. So.
Yep. And think now that they ended Endgame at 5 years ago, and now look at what Marvel is right now. Could you imagine that?
I can imagine Deadpool fixing this shit.
I was gonna say, to be fair, Marvel had to go, what the fuck are we doing? Okay, slow up, because DC sees what we doing, and DC's going, oh, you fucked up on this. Okay, we already know we fucked up. We admit that. Okay,
it took us a while, but
a long while.
But I will tell you, if DC is smart, and Chris, I know you. Have you been to your comic store lately?
not lately, but I still keep up with everything. I just gotta. I'm just 2 weeks away.
There is a storyline getting ready to come out now, where oh goodness, it's called Absolute Power.
Oh yeah.
Amanda Waller is the key villain in this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've read the previews on it, and let me tell you, I am mad excited because I got the free comic book day shiny cover of Superman falling from the sky from a bullet wound to the chest. It's not a kryptonite bullet, a regular bullet.
Yeah. Yeah. I got that copy, and I'm like, oh, Amanda.
Right, yo.
You
free comic book day is this weekend, isn't it?
Yes,
yep,
it is.
Saturday.
May the 4th be with you. Revenge of the 5th, and May the 6th. How did it go? Yeah, Revenge of the 6th.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was Revenge of the 5th. May the Return of the 6th.
That's why. Yeah, I'm about to say the same thing.
They
Revenge of the 5th.
They kind of flip them around.
I think they're interchangeable.
Because they both work. Yeah, I've heard them. I've seen them like flip it around sometimes.
Okay.
They will say, "May the 4th be with you." Revenge of the 5th, and then it will fall on the 6th, and they're like, "Well, Revenge of the 6th," because it still works.
I've seen the 6th Strikes Back. Or Revenge of the 6th.
Just don't do it in front of the wrong ones, because that's when you see arguments and see them on TikTok. I told you said it wrong. I told you said it wrong.
That's not like a basement version of me.
It does. It does. We normally don't cover too much like entertainment as far as like hip hop, unless it's like nerdcore or something. But K-Dot, we need to talk, my guy. Kendrick Lamar. Thank you. Wasn't expecting that much. You left scorched earth. I leave it at that. So
I didn't listen to it, but I heard about it, and I heard it is massively a bullet hole lyrically.
It is.
It's bad.
It's you're just like I'm walking outside my job, just taking a walk, and I'll listen to it like 3 times, and I'm just like, ooh, oh God, damn. Oh no, he didn't. And yes, he did. So it's poor Aubrey.
Yeah, Drake is not Drake. DJ Khaled is never making another album. Not without a peace. He's got to call them all to a table and sign like a peace treaty. Like he's got to. It's like the kids you can't have in the same hallway. He's got to rotate people in and out of the studio so they don't cross paths.
No, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
Kendrick sound like he just personally actually doesn't like Drake.
Well, the wording went, he was just like, this could have been for play. However, you chose violence.
I don't like your haircut.
Your whole style is whack. Your stance is whack. The way you wear your clothes is whack.
Socks.
Oh my God. Bev was like, what did Kendrick do? He scorched the earth.
He looked funny.
He has officially responded by himself without the assistance of AI.
Wow. So your whack is whack.
Speaking of which, Aubrey, the fact that you use people's voice using AI and they all said, I don't recall recording that. Dead or alive. Even Snoop was like,
that was never gonna work out well.
He was like, hold on, nephew.
That was not the 420 that Snoop was expecting to have. Y'all done woke Unc up out of the middle of his sleep, scarf and all. And I jokingly said, I'm like, Snoop is gonna wake up in the morning, take off his belt, smoke a blunt, and gift everybody.
What's up, Laura?
They did what? When?
He was like, that was me.
I was
So,
surprised
yeah.
most people weren't like outraged by that because Hawk fans don't play.
No, I feel like I'm gonna be that person. I feel like rap has been on a slippery slope ever since, like, ever since like Stop Snitching, like sort of faded away. Like when 50 exposed Rick Ross for being a CEO, and everybody was like, I was like, something has changed. My boy is not my boy anymore. I don't know what's happening.
Exactly.
I did see an interview with Eric Summer from EPMD, and he made a very valid point where he was talking about a lot of the new artists that's coming out, male and female. He says, you don't understand. Y'all out here doing this cookie cutter stuff, and 20 years down the line, nobody's gonna know who you are. 20 years down the line, you're not gonna be able to perform these type of songs. 15, 20 years down the pipe, you're not gonna be able to.
I still go back to when T-Pain went the fuck off on his Twitch stream.
Say something else.
I was watching it the other day and I said it's still valid. He said you still got two niggas with baby in their name doing the exact same shit. And I said, oh, baby niggas, gotcha. Okay.
Do something else. And I'm like,
oh my gosh, hi. Oh my gosh, I love his shirt. OMG.
It's like he's not lying. He's like, do something else. It's like this don't work. He's like, you got Lil Wayne, you got Little Baby, you got Duff Baby. I'm like,
but it was all true.
I was laughing so hard because he said, Jesus Christ, tap dancing.
It's the tap dancing Jesus Christ that got me.
You can tell when you are done. But he makes a valid point, and I've said this before too. Hip hop has gotten to a point where what people consider hip hop now, it's just droning. It's just the exact same thing. It's like, oh, this is a new hit. Okay, he put out another hit. Nigga, what makes him different? Oh, the beat. The beat sounds the same. What?
This is why I said, and everybody said, "Oh, Will, it's a different genre. You gotta let it happen. It's not what you're used to." I feel like the old man saying, "Where's your God now?"
I'm gonna tell you, it started with lip glosses popping, and don't get me wrong, that's a bop. But if you think about it, the fact that was so popular, you just talking about lip gloss, that's when for me it just started to go downhill.
That's when the music recording industry goes, if we keep it simple, they will play it.
Exactly, and that's exactly what has happened.
Well, apparently the New York State of Mind performance after that was enough to kill that vibe, which I didn't realize anything was wrong still when I watched it happen.
Nah, that was mad awkward time. I remember watching that. It's like,
I didn't realize that was wrong because I was young and new to award show, so I'm like, maybe they just planned it or they just playing it off real cool. But I didn't know it was gonna give her hell for like a decade after that.
In real time, I was like, if it's gonna be like a squad up all New York artists to the stage, she was not going to be the third body that they invited. Like, respectfully, it was not going to be her.
If that wasn't the most top 10 awkwardest times in hip hop history.
That was her top 10 and her last.
This year or last year, they're still talking about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was bad. I like Jay was like, "What is going on up here?"
It's so funny if you ever get a chance to go on YouTube and you see these young cats reacting to classics that we grew up around and we grew up listening to.
What is this?
And they have no clue whatsoever. It's like, oh, I didn't know this. Yo, this is slapping, but he talking about that. I said, going, do you know what English is?
So
I still laugh that, from 93 till Infinity got played, and you see all this, I'm like, education has failed y'all horribly.
There's a group that me and Nick from Do You Speak Geek love, and his little brother from out of North Carolina. And on one of their albums, one of the skits is in the mid song, and say, "Yo, did you see that dude got aluminum shoes? I gotta get those aluminum shoes." And I'm like, "Yeah, that's hip hop right now. That's and this was some years ago." And I'm like, "Yeah, aluminum shoes. And then Puffy had shiny suits, and it was right around that time. Shiny suit man.
Yeah.
I can't lie. The teenagers that came out around that time really did like the shiny suits. I can't even lie. I was doing Mason and thinking I was doing something.
not the shiny suits with the K-Swiss knockoffs.
Yeah.
Shiny suit era bad boy was untouchable.
Definitely Fonte. Definitely Fonte. He's one of my favorite lyricists next to Black Thought of the Roots.
Yes. But again, it just goes back to what we've always said, and I will always say it. If you have talent, if you're a lyricists last longer than entertainers. Don't believe me? Go back to Jadakiss and the Diplomats during that verses and see who got annihilated.
The entire crew of the Diplomats. Hell, the lineup alone told me, I'm like, this is not a lineup.
If you ever want to see a 1 versus 5 in just glorious disrespect.
Nobody calls themselves MCs anymore. They just call themselves rappers. It's like, yeah, because you don't fit the moniker of being an MC.
Right.
Rakim is an MC. KRS-One, MC. Big Daddy Kane, MC.
Woo.
The Baby, rapper.
Thinking of a master plan.
Meanwhile, all these people who are making fun of Odd Future are at war, and they're over just like, all 15 of us will probably never make an album again, but we still get along at least.
Mm-hmm.
So,
really, Trey?
His nephew heard "Forget Me Not" and thought Patrice Rushen sampled Will Smith from Men in Black, and I had to check it.
Yo, get the fuck out of here! Come on, man! Don't disrespect Patrice.
Time to train. That's where you be like, I think I failed in my training.
This is where Music Appreciation 101 needs to be reintroduced back in schools.
Something.
But they're not
do
gonna,
it like Meg.
I mean,
Like
you're
Meg
right.
and
They're not
Glorilla.
going to show what we actually appreciate. They're not going to show that. So
Look,
you're
I'm
gonna
glad
learn
you
about
mentioned. I'm glad you mentioned Meg Tafari because Q-Tip from Tribe Called Quest, he was trying to sign Meg back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And the executive was like, nah. And she had flow. Still got it. And they was like, this ain't it. And he was like, y'all stupid. Now look at her.
Yep.
Yeah, but her and Glorilla got a
what
song
time?
right now, and there's a sample on it, and everybody's like, oh, that's from a couple years ago. And me and all the other people was like, no, that is Flies, Me and My Goons from like 2006. Get it right.
Yeah.
When did he try to sign her? Because like I don't
He signed
understand
her.
why
She wasn't even known yet. Like he flew her out to New York and her and her mom out to New York and everything.
Wow.
Like they got a video of them when they were in the car and they were just vibing out. They wasn't biting.
That's crazy.
I had to give it.
And an era after Little Kim, that's crazy. That makes no sense.
Like they were looking for a different look, and I'm like, but it's right here.
Yeah. And it doesn't sound like anything else out there because literally you can put 5 of these so-called rappers together and they all sound the same.
Exactly. Yep.
Although I have to give it Glorilla though, because when I started to look at her the same way, and then she came up that glow, I was like, okay, you can actually, outside the 5 top subjects, you actually can put a rap song together.
Yeah.
Suki Hana looked like a lollipop kid that got away.
Well,
lollipop.
He's right though. She had a whole different look and vibe before she got official, and then it was like,
but once again, that tells you about the industry. That tells you about the industry. Like they are willing to change, to get out of the way they are, out of their own way. They are willing to change their whole identity, and it was like, yo, but to what end?
And then when they get put on, they are like, they try to treat women rappers like they're the Highlander. There can only be one.
Yeah.
Like
same with black comedians. It's like that with black comedians.
Yep.
I feel like that's why Dave was so mad at Cat.
Yo, if you ever hear Pink's song "Don't Let Me Get Me," her second verse tells it all. LA
told me.
You'll be a pop star. All you have to
do is change who you are.
Everything you are. And I went, prophetic.
It's bad. They put it out there, but it's bad.
I mean, Drake.
No, go ahead, Spark.
Drake and Kendrick and Metro, they're at least like laughing about it, because I saw like Metro got trolled at a show and he just laughed it off. So it's at least playful. Now Chris And
Stop
Quavo, somebody call Farrakhan because somebody might actually get hurt.
No, I'm still.
Yeah,
I'm still.
Will, what is wrong with you?
Yo, he's been acting up for like the last minute.
Bro, how
Yeah.
much sugar have you had today before this podcast?
It's his group
He's got a
pop.
lot.
He's happy he got his group pop in today.
The one that finally
And
got
it's
out the
not-
truck.
Not impressed.
the
I
one-
got cool stuff too.
The fact that he didn't find it in the ocean anywhere. It was
I got my first mega pop.
Also, this is part of why your show times are spread out
I mean,
because
that
Spy
would be
Family is out and the Toby trilogy
On the
is
Black
making
Comics,
runs again.
we could
yeah,
do that.
it's all over the
Are we
place.
talking Black Comics? Let me go get my Harriet.
Listen, we talking from Schaumburg. Straight off
What?
the press.
How?
I was
what
waiting
is
for Laney
that?
to
How
flex
was
too.
how was the book
Okay, I
there?
was gonna say,
I
Laney,
hadn't
how
had
was
time. I promise you.
Because
From
some of our
guys-
favorite people,
Let's go.
Yeah.
some of our favorite people who had the
No,
Schaumburg
bring it back.
Festival.
Will, what shelf are you putting that on?
That's gonna go in the bed. What are you talking about?
What is that?
I
His
thought he had a
wife
little
sitting on the
Funko this whole
couch.
time.
What
I
you
didn't realize
talking
he got like a
In the
life-size
bed.
Loki.
Wifey,
man
move
got
over.
This man got a life-size Loki Funko.
Let me ask you something.
This man
I
got
got,
Endgame.
I got,
Hold on.
I got
gotta ask you.
Funko roughly the size of Obi.
Hold on. Let me ask you this. Does your wife know you have that Funko? Because you can't.
He will. It's going in the bed with him.
You see, same size.
Wifey's gonna be on the couch, man.
I don't know.
Remote
It's
control.
like, was it like a rerun of Endgame for the anniversary and they gave out special Funkos or what?
I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, there's no way I can have a box that big delivered to the house without questions being asked.
Or at least an agreement was made.
Like,
I got
where are
this
you gonna
bad boy
sit?
50%
One of those
off.
questions. I can tell you just the line of questioning that happens. What is that? Where in the hell are you gonna put it? And how much did that cost?
Yeah, please tell us where you got that.
Straight from the Funko site. They was doing up to 70% off for members. I mean, you gotta be a member. You gotta sign up for the special emails. You gotta be,
He trained for this speech. I'm telling you.
Is that Endgame Loki or Avengers 1 Loki?
that is Infinity Saga Loki.
Okay.
Yeah, my Infinity Saga trophy is a pack of Pokemon cards because I got outvoted 5 times. So when I asked the dude, I was like, hey, I know nobody's going to see this. Do y'all have any pack stuff for Detective Pikachu? He just goes, look, bro. He just pulls out this giant stack and just slaps it in my hand and then just like walks off like you saw nothing. And this is like a month. This is like Detective Pikachu was almost done and was just getting dog walked, I guess. So he was like, we're not going to get rid of these. Here, you didn't see me.
That's the plausible deniability. That's the fall off the truck type.
I wondered.
And I got it graded. I got a 10. So there's that.
I'm wondering if Mayhem is what I wonder if he like. Oh man, this ain't the one I ordered. I ordered the smaller one.
See,
You'll be surprised. You'll get Funko
I thought-
people who are like, there's a-
You know,
you'll get
Will is
Funko
not going
finders
to be
who
like
there's
that.
a damage and a
Okay.
ruffle in here and send it back.
He'd be like,
no.
let me check this. Okay, no, they didn't charge me for it, so it's here now. So
Nah, he ordered the big
we
one.
was
You
gonna
knew
bust
that.
out with that Megatron tank. I was like, you really spent that much money on that tank?
that thing is
How
what
much is
$900.
I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet.
That's rent, bro. That's all I gotta say.
I think $900 or $1,200.
Damn.
But good lord, is it a gorgeous piece of work?
It is.
Nicole, you saw that, right? You saw that, right?
See, that's rent and a late fee. I am not paying that. Nah.
No, baby. It is.
That
It is.
Megatron, oh my god, that Megatron is amazing.
I mean, I just can't see myself spending a grand on a robotic part because I can't bring myself to do it.
I feel like if you're good, if you learn how to use it and you're good with like stop motion animation, that would be perfect for you.
Oh, you can do a whole freaking fight scene.
Speaking of
Bro,
which,
I felt
someone
the
actually
same way,
did that.
and I got divorced. So yeah, I completely.
Someone
I'm
actually
serious.
took the Megatron and the Optimus
Mhm.
and pitted them against each other, and they
Well,
did fight.
Nice.
They were fighting each
And
other.
yeah, they were fighting each other, and it's crazy because the Optimus actually wound back and gave it one last punch and knocked the Megatron down. I'm like, and all I can think of, one shall stand, and one shall fall. That's all I thought about. And I was like, we eating. If you Gen X, We eating right now.
Mhm.
I can't say that my small flex was less than Will's. It was just the Beast Wars Optimus Prime I showed y'all. I just felt bad. I just felt good. It was $25. I was like, cool. Versus everything else.
I got the collectibles edition of Beast Wars on Blu-ray, on 4K. That's it.
Oh man, Liz said, I mean, I bought a big ass one. I would stare
Lizzie,
like,
yeah, Lizzie said with
when
like,
that
"Where-
come
where
in
the-
size first.
when does it end, bro?"
It doesn't.
It doesn't. I was gonna say it doesn't.
My first one was a Secret Santa in 2016, and that was before they got popular. Now I have a wall, and it's
I
all
only got
Loki variants too. Everything on my wall is all like some off-brand, off-shoot edition.
Nicole,
Once
you're
you-
gonna get
once
more.
you begin that
especially when you
path.
see them on sale. You'll get more.
Look, I'm trying to keep it at the 3. I've set myself a criteria for collecting. If I'm gonna get a Funko, they have to be black women.
Oh,
Okay.
wait.
So that means you got Photon, right? You got
The only thing
Photon.
I have right now that a black woman is a Storm. I've got a Storm back there. I got a Okoye. And I've got the only one that's not a woman is Darth Vader, but he's black.
Well, it's Vader.
It
So
counts.
it counts.
It counts.
I got a
I'm
new
here with
Vader
you,
too.
Nicole. You see, I'm here with it.
I see it. That's all I want. I'm like, if I'm gonna collect Funkos, there could only be black women.
I
Okay.
say back in my day, you know,
Yeah, see,
you
I
had this
I keep her at the
magnificence,
ready.
yeah?
I have
Oh,
to keep
and
her at the
wait.
ready.
You
See, I
can take
can't.
them on the
I
go
can't-
if you like. Here's
That's
one you
what's
can
up.
take
That's
on the
what's
go.
up.
I can't go the Funko route because once you go down that path, there is no end. I already have.
Yeah.
My
But
advice is
Nicole's
just get
point,
them in hard
I'm like that
protection
too.
so you can stack
And
them.
mine is
I
on the
really
go.
want
Look at
black
this.
characters
You
as well.
can be
I have
fashionable.
to
Wait, no, wait. I like how Navy is like.
Simultaneously, all have Storm.
Wait, I like how Navy is promoting it. He's like, look at it. It's fashionable. It's already tight. It's easy to move around. It
You
can
can
do
wear
all
it anywhere. You can put it on a
things.
jacket. You can put it on a hat. You can put it on your enemy. Either way, it looks good. This is Funko.
How would the QVC man posting? Just we have available units.
So I actually have like a black side of my Funko wall. It is the 25th anniversary Power Rangers of Zack, followed by War Machine, Miles with Spider Cat, MJ in Far From Home, Joe from Soul, Miles again from Foot Locker where he's half invisible.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting to get another one.
Not gonna lie, 90% of my Funkos that I do have are Black Panther based. The other 10% are Firefly characters.
At least
Right.
you're focused.
I have never
Priority.
seen a sci-fi Funko.
Oh, they're
I-
everywhere.
They're out there. I think there's 3 of them that I don't have, and I have Zoe, but I don't have the Tams, and I don't think they
I
made the
have
Tams.
questions for everybody.
I have the action figures, and they didn't have the Tams, and I was like, it's the reason why the show existed. So
I
I
was
have a
happy to
quick
get all
question
of the
for everybody.
Runaways, so I'm happy about that. I love the show, I love the comics, so I got all of the Runaways.
So
Nice.
there was a discussion with Ming Na Wei a couple days ago, maybe a couple weeks ago. And they were asking her, would Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. be considered part of the MCU, which they are. Feige's already quoted that, but she stated, or they were asking her, can you see them, or have you heard anything about them coming back or in any form? She hadn't heard anything. My question is, why not? Why haven't they?
This would be a perfect tool for the MCU to use back in the television series.
Thank you.
Like we wouldn't have a lot of the television series if it wasn't for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Like yes, they had let me see, they went 7 seasons. Their downturn was like around season 3 or 4, but they brought it back by 5.
Yeah,
I didn't think
I
it
was
was
say
that.
3 and 4.
I won't say it was a downturn. They were just trying
Yeah,
to really
3 and 4 was
recover
banging.
from the
Yeah.
Inhuman side.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
I
I think that's what it
thought- well, I
was they weren't, because it was around the time the TV show Inhumans came out too, and
Yeah,
they were
they're trying to do the Inhuman draw in, and it just didn't. It didn't
come
really.
in.
Yeah,
When they went on into space, that was when they screwed up.
Yep.
yeah.
That was season 5. Yep.
Oh, when they started really playing with time and everything.
See, that's
They
the
went in
thing.
space, started playing with time. Yeah.
Yeah, see, those timeline stories don't really do well if you're not really supposed to play with them. Especially being Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., you have an open canvas to really tell different stories, which I'm surprised they didn't do, but
they cleared it up. But man, it took a lot for them to get to that point. And here's the situation. Once again, we already got the multiverse thing. We have this coming up. This would be a very nice surprise.
What if that's the end of Deadpool? Like, what if Coulson and and Ming Na Wen just come walking out of one of the portals?
Yeah. I'm welcoming that.
And I mean it would be nice, as they already said that the last edition, the last bonus scene out of Deadpool Wolverine was supposed to be the end all. I'm like, first and foremost, when you put that type of caveat on there saying that this is going to be the end all of all surprises in the MCU, it better be life changing. Number one, but
we're gonna get trolled.
So what?
We're gonna get trolled. There's not gonna be one.
Oh, it's gonna be Rick Ashley at the end, just singing,
right?
Oh, just.
And here's the thing. It's Deadpool, and we wouldn't even be mad.
No.
And I'm gonna sit there.
It would be. I'm like, this fits his MO. I'm not upset. There's things I wanted, but I'm not upset because it's Deadpool.
Yeah. But
Deadpool goes and beats up Finn Jones, so he can't be Iron Fist anymore.
He would do the work.
No,
what if it's him just recasting and casting everyone and being like, "This is your lineup. Okay, bye."
No, it's literally the scene. It's literally this. You'll do.
I can see that.
And then the camera pans over. It's Finn Jones. It was like,
It's like, I can do better. David Dean didn't work the last time, Jones.
Logan's ass. Who's that guy? Doesn't matter.
You had 3 seasons worth of attempts, buddy boy.
Yeah.
And you
he's
can
like the sauce. He's like the sexy black woman with the metal arm, and her Asian friend can come with us. But the rest of them.
I'm honestly shocked we haven't seen more of Misty Knight these days. Like,
you know what?
We had Daughters of the Dragon by now.
We could have. And here's the beauty of them coming back into the universe. All the other shows that the actors that were actually on aren't running anymore. Like Simone Misnick was on All Rise. She played the judge on All Rise.
Yep.
That show's not running anymore. Mike Coulter is on the TV show Evil. This is its last season. They've already announced that Jessica Jones is coming back. They've already announced John Barenthal is coming back. Mike Coulter himself even teased it about like 2-3 years ago.
We'll even forgive the second season of Luke Cage because, the writers aren't even employed anymore. So we're good.
Yeah.
We can even forget the second season happened.
Something.
I'm just saying. No.
The rumors that what's going on? Verb with the donation. Hey. So everybody that's watching on YouTube, you can donate. Thank you,
guys.
Verb.
Thank you so much.
Much is crafty ass.
Verb
That's
is about
boba tea right there.
Verb is about to have some merch sent to him. him and Trey. I don't do shimmies. Just letting everybody know.
Shimmy person is in med bay right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
thank you for the rose.
No,
not that.
I see AI Miles Morales at a red carpet. I'm just gonna flip a table.
What in the farmer finds a what? What the crap? You for the rose. What in the
Is that a galaxy? Like, I respect the hustle, but no AI people on the red carpets, please.
Jesus. This is why I said Skynet needs to be stopped.
There's that very fine line, and we knew it. We knew that fine line would be easily crossed with no question. Like, there would be a loophole when it comes to AI. It was like, look, there's applications that can very well use it because they're actually talking about early this week or last week, they said they were scanning certain celebrities for AI work in case they had to do like reshoots or anything. I'm like, yeah, that's how you address it for reshoots, things of that nature. You know, in case there's reshoots in this character, like let's just say they needed a reshoot for Challengers, but Zendaya is already working on Spider-Man 4. So her schedule, or we'll just use the scan of her that we used.
All I can say is, I feel like old boy from Jurassic Park, and that you scientists never thought about the power that you wield, that you never thought maybe you shouldn't do it. Just maybe.
It makes.
I'm about to turn into Wolverine at every airport. It's opt out for every metal detector. I'll take the pat down.
Right, coming. That happens.
It's not worth. It's not worth having them. It's just not worth its weight and gold to do that. It's just too sketchy. It's too sketchy of a moment to try that. If you were using it for good. You see what I mean? Like if you were really saying, if you said we're only going to do this for light reshoots or whatever the case may be, like nothing noticeable, the Flash, nothing noticeable that would throw anything off. Just, you know, maybe a far back shot, something, quick scene, side shot, something like that.
Okay.
No. Pause.
You said pause.
Yeah, you said back shot. They're like pause.
No, I said side shot.
Oh, he said side shot.
No, did he?
I thought that was
What do you think? What do you think a back shot is? That's a side shot from the front. Pause. That's all I gotta say.
I kind of agree with Navy. It was kind of close.
Yeah, it was kind of like
close enough, but I didn't.
A couple more inches. Hey,
we have a child in our midst. What do you mean?
Obi's knocked out. Obi's knocked out, so we're good.
You ain't see Obi hitting the bottle first thing when he got on camera. Daycare is stressful, bro.
No, you didn't see him turn up the bottle. That's why I looked at him like he did. He was like this. I was like, why are you hitting the bottle like this?
It's been a long day. Chloe about to move out her damn house.
No, wait.
Damn right,
Spartan is like, should I be joining you? Like,
he just started doing that recently. Like every bottle he just goes like this, just turns up. I'm like, you learned that from me.
Wait for the day he puts the bottle down and says, "You know, Dad."
Says the man
I think you're amazing.
Says the man who basted and marinated his ribs in moonshine.
Oh, that was so good. Oh, instant-itis, but that was so good.
Hey man, Blerd's partners on the grill.
Yeah. when
it doesn't spontaneously rain again, but.
Oh Lord!
We just have time, and when you have time, and a 1-year-old that doesn't go to sleep, it's like, oh, what happens if I just let these ribs soak in white lightning moonshine, and then just smoke them for 8 hours, see how they taste, and then you're asleep at 4 p.m. in the afternoon.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is what we call a tease, okay? Because we're never going to experience this in our lives.
Massive itis.
You are horrible, sir. You are
just
horrible.
Not be the driver.
I promise you guys, I will all make you some. I will just have to tell you, you might not want to drive it. So.
Either that or bring that to BlerdCon because we need to have this.
Oh gosh, that turn up would be ridiculous, yo. That
all I can hear is
lobby,
like, where is the crew of Blerd's Eye? We're all in our rooms, just knocked out. Just
nah, it's those covered in barbecue sauce running through the lobby like, woo!
It will go. I'll tell you this much: it will go over much better than the daggone Malort.
No, oof.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
That shit is legendary. Anytime you can mention a word and brothers just go,
Right. I haven't even tried it yet. I just keep hearing people. I see people with it at Dragon Con, and I'm like, I'm so good. Now that apple pie, on the other hand,
look,
hey,
that Malort is legendary and not for the good reasons.
Yep, that's Malort.
Wait, what is that? Yeah, I'm with Lainey. What is Malort?
Oh,
it is a concoction that only the devil and brimstone puts together.
It's devil's piss is what it is.
Pretty much.
Because when you drink it, the only thing you say is Malort.
Damn.
I've seen several people say we can mix it with something or chase it with you chase it right out the room. It's not worth the weight, and I don't know how. And this stuff been around for ages. I don't know how.
If that ain't the uranium of alcohol that you cannot mix anything with. It is like
I'm with you.
I don't volunteer as tribute.
I'm with you.
It's right up there with balut eggs, as far as I'm concerned.
What?
Balut, those 100-year eggs that they.
Oh, balut eggs. Okay, yeah.
Good.
Yeah, it's a was it Chinese delicacy? Yeah, like it's a fermented egg that's pretty much close to hatching, but it's fermented.
It's horrible.
I've heard about this.
And that's where the Chinese language came from. Because it started out as English before they ate that egg, and then it just went crazy.
Fist directly to eye. Absolutely not.
I mean,
you put a damn baby chick on my plate.
You kidding me?
You're like, why is this here?
Expeditiously.
Why is this here? No, I did not ask for this. I don't need it.
You know what? I don't want it. Can I just get a glass of Malort? I'd rather do that.
Really, that's the dare. You could have a blue egg, or you could have Malort. It's up to you.
I will leave.
What is this fear factor with Joe Rogan?
There's the bar in Alaska that has like the toe shot you can take.
That sounds like Fear Factor with Exhibit.
Mm-hmm. And then there's a fermented shark stuff from Iceland. That's my list of things I will not eat.
Between that and Jaeger, I'm good.
Y'all got some crazy ass. What was it? Bucket list? That's crazy.
Yes, it grows in the bucket and out the window.
Right. That's where you end up over the bucket.
It's just like Jaeger. You just pass it on by. Don't drink it. Don't sip it. Don't buy it.
I'm good. Most of my bucket list has conventions on it, so I'm just fine.
Yeah. See, first
San Diego next year.
The little got soft beaks and feet. I'm straight. Yeah, I'm cool on that.
Y'all better be in San Diego next year, because damn it, I would love the crew to be up in next year.
I'm going to, because I found out we can apply early, like now for next year. So I'm going to apply.
Since Hollywood has been stripped away.
They are looking for talent. Let's just say
that weekend is split because a lot of regulars that I usually see in the summer are gonna be over at San Diego this year.
Well,
they put it on like this year. They put it on the crazy. I'm like, and I get it. Most cons, they don't really have options. San Diego seems to be the same. I think they keep theirs the same.
Well, San Diego, they do theirs a year out. So anybody who schedules later in the year and announces, hey, we're doing it, like DreamCon, nothing against them, but they picked that weekend. It could have been another weekend. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. But you split people, because Kaiso Black is my con buddy for San Diego. And she told me she's not going to be there. You ever seen a grown man cry?
It's a split weekend.
Yeah.
If I see Cleo up in there that weekend, y'all
he's still trying to figure it. He's still like
that man is determined. And is determined trying to make it work.
He was like BlerdCon, it was Dream, Blerd, San Diego, and the what was the other con? The video game.
Evo.
Yeah. The Evo backed out. It was like, you know what? I don't need this. I don't need this action.
Which made me mad, because I was like, that was the one I said, there was never going to enter a video game tournament. That would be it. And plus in Vegas too. Damn.
They'd be like, why are all these people here on this coast? Wouldn't you like to know?
This coast?
On this coast. There's way too many people here. It's just
not the word they want to use, but I can.
No, exactly.
Wow.
Not the word they want to use.
It's like they're migrating over here. Yes. We will have your mansions in your condos. We want it all. We told you. We told you we was coming for all of them. You didn't believe us.
So. But,
Lizzie said, Cleo probably stressed about. Yeah,
he is.
Everything's a one day event. Like, yeah, I gotta go. Like that.
I wouldn't be surprised if he's officially booked his talent for DreamCon, but I wouldn't be surprised if he's there for a day.
Yeah. It happened with Jason Richardson the one year at BlerdCon. He did BlerdCon, then he had to go up to New Jersey because he had another event that he was throwing. I'm like, yo, are you sleeping, sir? He was like, no, not really. Because he had to launch. I think he had to launch like Thursday or Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Then he was at BlerdCon Saturday.
Yeah, Saturday for the tournament.
And then he had to be out. Yeah, I was like, dude. I called him the following week, not Monday, not Tuesday. I just said the following week. I'm like, are you straight?
Are you alive?
He was like, man, I got to get ready for my own con in November.
Now, see. Woo. But no, San Diego would be cool, though, just because I would finally, after all the children have reached traveling age, that's going to be cool to do. But, oof.
It's
so I have a question. What happened to Urban Nerd?
I don't know details yet, but from what I've gathered, I assume that there were low ticket sales, which caused the hotel to cancel the venue, which caused them to move their venue, which caused the guests to start to cancel out because everything was taking place there in the hotel. So then that would make them to have to like, okay, well, I'm flying in. That defeats the whole purpose of me being there because now I got to find a way to get a ride. I got to get an Uber and whatever to get to the hotel and then get to the actual venue, which is, I don't know how far away. And it's a domino effect. So what I want people to understand when it comes to running a convention, the shit's not easy.
Thank you. Thank you.
We can't put that narrative, especially a black-owned con. We cannot put the narrative out stating that they're scammers or they're this and that. No, this shit takes time and effort. Jason Richardson himself will tell you he comes out of his pocket every year to throw J1 Con, and he's been doing it. This is year 13, I want to say 12 or 13.
13 years.
And he shouldn't even be at that stage. Somebody should be sponsoring the hell out of it by this point. But the fact that it takes a lot of effort, a lot of hands, a lot of time, a lot of blood, sweat, tears, and money to make sure these things come together. So when you don't have a lot of ticket sales, it happens with concerts. It happens with a lot of events. So when you don't have a lot of ticket sales and you got to plan this thing a year in advance, and the hotel is saying, okay, we'll put a block on it because we're expecting X amount of people to come in. So that's money for us, that's money for you, whatever. But you don't have the low ticket sales. So now the hotel is like, we have to make the business decision and pull out. Well, if the hotel pulls out,
there goes the entire thing.
That's your first domino. And it's just going to fall. So when the guests started canceling, that's the only thing I could come up with, is that they were having to come in, fly in, not their personal cars, not their personal planes, come in to a hotel where the venue was supposed to be at, but now they have to catch a ride to go to the venue. And mind you, this is time constraints now. Photo ops, autographs, meeting the fans, possibly doing an interview, so similar to BlerdCon when they have the on-stage interview in the ballroom. It takes time. So I implore people out there, don't count people like Urban NerdCon out yet, because so far, shout out to Roy doing everything he possibly can do to make this thing happen and handling it in such a professional manner, because we've seen past cons not handle them in a professional manner. Don't put out tweets that aren't professional. Don't put out the narrative that this is a scam. It's not a scam. They really are trying to put something on, because see, if one fails, they all will fail.
And that's the thing though. And that's the thing I was going to add on too, where it's like, in the fact that these are black cons, even though one may have nothing to do with the other, they are all going to be reflections of what people experience and what they go through. So again, I mean, what's going on with Urban NerdCon? It's like you don't want the same thing. If you're trying to do a con and you're trying to do something different, or you're trying to do something new in an area that may not have cons before, you don't want that stigma.
Right.
And unfortunately, that stigma is attached to each and every Black con that is either established, trying to be established, or just trying to get its name out there. And that is where, like you said, stop the whole thing about, oh, it's a scam. It's not a scam, because like you said, there are multiple layers of what folks got to go through. Again, people who have done cons should already know this is how you get this.
Yeah.
Cons give you this and give you what Navy's got, and will stress you the hell out.
I can tell you from experience. I've been a part of Blerd since day one.
Mm-hmm.
This has been 2016 till now.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get paid. We don't get anything.
Mm-hmm.
The rooms that we get for the con come out of our pocket. We aren't comped for this. We're there the day before and they're the day after.
Mm-hmm.
We don't make any money after this. Everybody, every last one of us comes out of pocket to do what we need to do. Everybody.
Mm-hmm.
When I'm telling you we are spent and we are tired, we still do what we do because we love it and we love bringing that. But people got to stop thinking that, oh, well, they canceled it. It's a scam. No. The inner workings of putting on a convention, there are so many moving parts to this that people don't understand. And I've gotten into arguments with people who try to say, well, you're just running away with our money. I said, excuse me, sir, you're not paying me. I don't see your money. You know where the money goes? Services, venue, guests, services, venue, guest.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
They are offering refunds. That was one of the first things Roy put out. He said they will be offering refunds, and I think he said it's starting at the beginning of May.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's the most I've heard of it. And he put that post out himself. So, and it was like I said, very professional. It wasn't like, oh, we're getting to your money when you get none of that. It was none of that. Like, they have a date when they're going to start sending out the refunds. The refunds are coming. He's torn up about it. I've seen people I personally know be involved with certain conventions and them not even being the ones to run it, but they're the figurehead and they get put
lambasted.
Yeah. So, like give it time. Chromacon. Give it time. It's working for everybody. You just have we get it. It's a lot of hands in the pot when it comes to the general public. And when you start getting on IG and just throwing posts, it's like, no, find out the information first, because it isn't like this stuff gets paid up front in this lock-in. This involves everybody. The con owner, the con runners, the con goers. This involves everybody.
To everybody who volunteers for cons, thank you. Y'all have no idea how much it helps to have extra hands on deck. And though we cannot do anything but give you a badge and make sure you're fed, y'all help keep this thing going. So to anyone who sits there and bitches and complains about a con and why this ain't that, next year you be a volunteer. You pick a department and you put in 6, 7, 8 hours in a day. And then you come back and tell me how you feel after the fact.
And I think that's what they don't see. They always see the upfront magic. They last year BlerdCon probably was the most I've ever seen Hilton. I seen him at the hotel and check in. I seen him rocking the floor. Seen him up front of the stage. That was probably the most I've ever seen him. But that's what a con runner does. They're there. They're constantly putting out a fire, checking on the next thing. Like they're the hub of a ton of information, and they need that. So it takes not just the con runner or owner, it takes the guests, it takes the con goers, everybody, the vendors, it takes the volunteers. It's everyone. And when it comes to our spaces, we need to be more forgiving, because if it was somebody else that didn't look like us, you'd be quick to forgive them and say, I'll go again next year.
Nah, our folks are the hardest on our own people. And that's what really pisses me off.
Yeah.
Why are y'all being so hard on us? You're not that hard on these other conventions that have been around for years. But the minute you see an Afrocentric event or convention that's being put on, you want to be so critical. It didn't have this, didn't have that, didn't have this. Okay, we're still trying to put it all together. Give us grace. Let us know that we're still doing something.
Regardless of where you want to go, we don't want to see anyone fail. Like even with even as big as DreamCon has gotten, they had to move from Waco because they said that venue was playing around. Then when I went the first year at the esports center, they didn't even give them the whole venue. They had like a car show going in the back room somewhere. Then they got the whole venue the next year, and I don't know who kept calling the fire department, but that happened a couple times.
What?
Yeah, this is if you go to one of the YouTube videos in the DreamCon page, you can see like the fire marshals up in like the rafters, like hitting them with the wrap it up music.
Wow.
See, and that's another thing where it's a lot for us. It's an uphill battle enough as it is to have the safe space, to have those places where we can go be ourselves, be our nerdy selves. Super stickers, Verb. Thank you. Super
Appreciate
sticker.
You, Verb.
Being out there.
Most of the time, our issues ain't even the con; it's the venue. Because look at our whole interaction with Creed.
Yeah,
that was the con. That was the hotel acting my ass.
Yeah, like she wanted oatmeal. They didn't have the oatmeal, so Tafari found the oatmeal. We presented her with the oatmeal.
It was the fact they told her to go get it herself was what pissed me off. And I was like, y'all ain't got no hospitality.
I'd love to meet the person that told her to go get it herself because I would say,
and then I didn't know hotels did shipping too. So when we had to call that Sunday huddle and try to help her manager get all her stuff shipped out.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of it's a family unit. It's an all hands on deck, and like we know like things like BlerdCon, Urban NerdCon, was it Atlantic Comic Con, Comic Con, which is coming up soon. You know, ChromaCon.
Yeah, in my hometown and where I'm staying. So y'all had to come and see me. So
ChromaCon, all of these black owned cons, Schronberg, all these black owned cons.
It's in August.
They need not just the guests. They need us, and they need every con going. You know, come out there. You know, it's great you dress up. It's great you come out there. You see your favorite artist, favorite writer, your favorite actor, voice actor, whatever the case may be. But take a stop, take a breath, listen, look around, say, "Hey, you need help with something."
Because at the end of the day, we all we got.
Perfect example. This is what I mean by family unit. With a portion of us were at J1 Con last year out in Atlantic City. Hellspawn Cosplay is there. We are also We are also not just representing ourselves, we're representing Blerd Station. So we were doing stuff for that. Hellspawn had his son there. And if you've seen Hellspawn in a lot of conventions, Kawhi's with him.
Yeah.
You know, he's playing with some other kids, but guess what? As a family unit, you know, he's handling business on one side of the con, but I have my eyes on his kid because he's a little kid. Anything can happen.
Pretty much.
You know, so he was like, where Kawhi? I was like, he's fine. I got my eyes on him. And that's when Lainey stepped in and she played the aunt role and kept her eye on him. Trey, good looking, brother.
Whoa, Trey, yo.
Thank you, sir.
So,
my man,
I'm glad you said this. Trey says, I want to put something together out here in Vegas, which is probably his black VO conference. But he doesn't know how or where to begin. So I'm glad you mentioned this because me and Hellspawn were talking over the weekend. And he's trying to see if he can put together like a Bible to help those who are trying to put together conferences, conventions of these nature, the do's and don'ts. We've already started, if you're paying attention to his IG page, we've already started seeing moments of this where he's talking about how you run your Kickstarter. You don't start the Kickstarter and then start talking about it. You talk about your Kickstarter at least a month in advance. Get the word out, get it started going and everything else. And then that way, when your Kickstarter actually gets started, it's already in people's minds. It's marketing. It's marketing. You know, and that's the first stage, whether it's a Kickstarter, whether it's a convention, even when it says, hey, we're going to be at such and such con, It takes us to find out, hey, are we approved yet? Are we approved? If we find out in enough time, we can get out there and start putting the word out saying, hey, we're going to be at this con. Come check us out. And that's not just with the guests or the vendors. That's with everything. It comes down basically word of mouth and marketing. It works if you just know how to handle it. So yeah, so I'm glad you said that, Trey. Look out for that. Some of the information that he's been putting together for Blerd and Powerful. You'll be seeing some of that news coming up pretty soon. But yeah, talk to us. We know a couple con owners. You know, see if we can get you some information because they're gonna run the same. You may not have as many guests as far as like known voice actors. Like you might have, let's just say you had Steve Bloom in, or let's just say you had Phil Lamar coming in. That's your big guest. Boom. Everybody else might just be, he might be your speaker, your lead speaker. You might have some lower tier guests, and that's fine. Or you may not, and that's fine too. But at least you have something to draw, start talking about it. As long as you got that locked in, if you can get it locked in, just find a hotel that's willing to do it. It's steps. But we can get you in touch with some people that can help you out.
I've been saying we need to have just a Black Mafia sit down because every con has one thing that another Black con has, and then we just need to pull up a chair from each family at this point.
Yeah, because no one, there's no competition. I don't care what that other side says. There's no real competition. What this convention offers something different than what this convention will offer. Even if it is the same weekend, it may not even be in the same city. Most of the time it isn't. But they're definitely going to offer something different.
But to stress that again, like Tafari said, there's simply no competition.
Right.
Everybody should literally be about the same mission, the same purpose. There is no head. Wow, almost there's no tribal chief. There is no head person. It was on the tip of my tongue. I just got through watching wrestling. But no, it's the whole idea of just, it should be one central mission that everybody's behind. And I dare say it, look at what these other groups of people are doing. They get together and they pump up their own businesses. They pump up their own people, and we could wind up doing the exact same doggone thing if we all come to the same conclusion. That's it. It's that simple, really. Just don't be Rick Ross about it.
That angry, fill out a feedback form. We're going to TikTok with your head ass.
Thank you. Can we stop? Can we stop people going to TikTok and airing their? There's nothing wrong with free speech, but there's a lot wrong with just running your mouth.
That part.
Unfortunately, that platform has not. There's no way of curbing that because it's monkey see, monkey do.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's what
it's funny you say that because it's a guy. He did a video. I think it was in our group chat, and he was doing a response to a video, which we've seen plenty of times. Like if you're gonna do that kind of thing, do a stitch. I don't need to see you in the video. Just I don't need to see you in the video. It's not necessary. But you want to respond to something, let them do their piece, then do a stitch. That's what it's there for. If you can't find the police where to cut it off, then don't do it at all. Just repost the video.
Don't pull a Manny. I will find a way to sashay that in every episode.
You and me both. I'm not even gonna lie.
I still think that's a burner account, or I'm waiting to see what that comment says. But to Lizzie's point about like trifling stuff, like some of the venues do be trifling. Because I'm glad y'all like the Phil Lamar stuff because that was not an easy day to accomplish. That was 3 days of head assery and lots of emailing. Just getting to the emailing was the easy part. Getting that to happen,
It was
never again.
Phil Lamar was 4 years in the making. Because I had interviewed him once before, and then Tafari interviewed him. It was 4 years in the making. It was going to happen.
Con did not make it easy, and then even with some of the non-melanated people who work at these venues, because ask Daquan DreamCon when he almost had a whole episode backstage.
and see, I'm glad you mentioned that because I did Fan Expo Cleveland, and there were tons of celebrities there that I would have loved to sit down and just got a few minutes with.
Mm-hmm.
But because of the makeup of how it's ran, it was not going to happen. Because Fan Expo, Dragon Con, GalaxyCon, they're not set up like a Blerd or a J1 or even a DreamCon. They're not set up like that. Where you get, it's a little more freer, it's a little more relaxed. You can actually get a little more access to whomever it is you're speaking to. You just got to know how to bump your gums. But these type of events, these people, like, they come in, they may or may not be there Friday. Well, they're there Friday, but they're not on the floor. They're probably in a hotel resting, you know. And then Saturday and Sunday ain't nothing but autographs, photo ops, panels. Most of them,
I feel bad for the celebrities who come to cons like that, because they're open to the business owners who want to get all of their stuff signed so they can resell it. My friend went to get in line for Chris Sabat. If y'all know who Chris Sabat is, then you already know. If you know, you know.
Yeah.
She said she was in line for 4 hours because there was one nigga who had a wagon full of stuff for him to sign, and it took almost 2 hours because
they didn't shove him off.
Now I see why.
I've heard people put limits though. They're like, "Hey man, I can do 5 things at this con max. Please don't pull up with a wagon, a cart. Don't bring up all 5 of your kids with 10 different things apiece." Like, there's a limit.
Yeah, he was gracious enough to do
that
it.
was backstage in like the hangout area with the other creators, and I guess one of the, not a volunteer, but I guess someone on the staff of the venue, I guess saw his badge and was like, "You can't be back here," even though someone brought him. And he was like, "I tried to play it cool, but it's like, y'all know where I'm from and how I talk," and I guess that came off as aggressive. So then this other dude jumped in, and I was like, I can either make a scene right now and make it weird for everybody, or not blow up my friend's event and just walk off. So I walked off. So by the time I saw him and Ozzy, I went to go ahead. All I was, "Yeah, that nigga whole bitch." And then him and Ozzy had to have a huddle. He's like, "No, man, fuck all that." I said, "I'm gonna leave it alone," but still, man.
Let's see, and that's another thing. We go to these events to have fun. Like, a lot of people say, "Oh, you going to get such and such autograph?" I have to be really hard pressed to get somebody's autograph. I don't care who it is. I have to be really hard pressed, because especially in the space that we're in, I want to talk to you, because that's going to give me more validity. Yeah. If you gave me an autograph, fantastic. It ain't going nowhere. I'm keeping it. I'm not reselling it. You know, not even showing it off. I see it one day. Kids will see it, like, "Oh, I didn't know that Cree Summers signed your book." Yeah, I told you I met her. Thought I was lying. Thought I was lying. I got it on video. You know, so so you know, it's stuff like that. I'm like, I've seen those people when they get 6, 7 books. I'm like, don't do that. Be mindful of the people that's around you. Bring 1 or 2 books. Be considerate. Yeah, bring 1 or 2 books and let them sign that and move on.
Right.
You know, because now you're sitting here and you're taking this person's time, and you might have a kid behind you who just realized who Phil Lamar is, and the person in front of him's got like 10 items, and because Phil's such a great guy, he's gonna take his time with his fans. But then he gets to this kid, and it's like, you done burnt this kid's time out,
right?
You know, because he was busy signing the fucking Bible that the basement virgin had in front of him.
I'll go say, beware, basement virgins. We do have wet burritos with your name on it.
Wet burritos.
Or a guy like me.
Shout out to Lizzie, super sticker.
Hey, Lizzie. Thank you, sweetie.
Thank you, Lizzie.
This is what support looks like, people.
Wet burritos.
Wet burritos.
We leave the wet hot pockets for the real offenders. Okay.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back. We got a little videos. We got a couple of reactions we're going to check out. Ooh, I can't wait till I get my hands on this pop start steak and tell me that's not the last pop start cake steak. Hmm? With all the vitamins and minerals that are included in Pop Starts, they still manage to bring a family together. Blerd's Eye View is a proud affiliate of Otaku Noir. Use the code blerdseyeview for 10% off on all items. With a different nerd-themed box filled with items made by talented blerds across the country, you surely will not be disappointed. Go to otakunoir.com. Otaku Noir, the #1 blerd mystery box company. Do you like your pancakes patted? Your biscuits buttered? Your cakes fluffy? Then you should get Mother Butters. I put that on everything. Pasta, veggies, rice, and everything nice. Mother Butters will get you right. Oh yeah, GMO free, and for those who are vegan, Mother Butters has a non-dairy option. That's right, there's enough Mother Butters for everyone to enjoy. Get Mother Butters from your local grocery store. Hey man! What you doing in my kitchen? I think I need to do another Mother Butters commercial. I don't know about you guys, but I think the people need it.
I want to know who won the fight in the steak and cocaine. Because you was pissed.
The battle of junkies, everyone wins.
I mean, that was look of just downright hatred. Just like, really, bro?
I think everybody knows what it feels like to have your mouth set for something when you come home from work, and it ain't there.
Right.
That's why I live alone, because if it's missing and I get home, I need some psychiatric care. Okay.
Wait, Navy, tell me there's a time you haven't looked in the refrigerator. You be like, now I know. Okay, wait, that was me.
Oh, that's all the time.
Who ate all the Captain Crunch? Oh, never mind.
Not a Harlem Nights. I got my mouth all ready for Captain Crunch. You got less than a scoop in it.
Look, man, I went to the fridge today and I turned into Delarice. I'm like, who left the swallow orange juice in the guy?
Okay, Mayhem, that thing's fucking huge.
Where are you putting that? Don't get
Is
it.
that a Funko or a weapon? What the hell?
Sir, that is bigger than my son.
It's my Obi.
Sir, Obi is not that big.
We only got one OB on the show, okay?
Sir, Obi is not as big. Obi's not as big.
That's as big as your daughter, man. Stop that.
That's his son.
Why, sir? Why?
Oh my God.
Why is right?
That's a bit.
Why not?
Man,
that's Loki if he grew up normally as a frost giant.
Damn,
pretty much.
Form.
Yeah.
I mean, a part of me is like, that's dope, but then a part of me is
Yeah,
like,
but where do you put it?
why?
I'm trying to figure where
But
you're
then
gonna
a
put
part of me is like, yo, if that was Star Wars, I might be the fool to do it. So I don't know. I'm very conflicted right now.
Look,
Get a Mace Windu Funko that big.
Mayhem's turning into one of those collectors we see on IG that get all the cool statues and stuff. And you're just like, where do y'all put all this stuff? Like you got a 4 foot tall Optimus Prime standing in your living room.
He's gonna have a basement that's gonna be full of it, and then we're going to be reposting this stuff, like around 1,000 people reposting this stuff talking about I want to live there. That's what's gonna happen.
When you go down in the basement, they got all the cool stuff on the walls. You're like, oh, what's lighting?
Yep.
Oh, not you too.
Everybody gets cool stuff but us. Speaking of cool stuff, Aaron, not so much a grievance, but Mr. Lively, Deadpool, Van City Reynolds. What I got to do to get my parents' tickets to the premiere? Like, I got 400,000.
Here's your chance to make
something.
Here's your chance to make your plea.
No, I wasn't BSing with the tweet either. Like I showed my dad the trailer, and he's like a huge X-Men fan, so he's like, finally, the yellow suit. I wonder why they didn't do that 20 years ago. And then my mom is just like tuned out until she hears Madonna, and it's like, okay, now you have my attention. And the thing is, I misspelled it, so I wrote it wrong. And I'm like, oh, let me put it again. And I'm like, this has got to be a parody tweet. And then I just get hit with, tell your parents I'll see them July 26th. If they have any questions during the film, I'm happy to stop the movie and provide thoughtful answers in real time.
It's a Ryan Reynolds troll. It's him. However, I'll do this. Mr. Lively, Chris Fury here. Nice to meet you. We actually love your work. All of it. And the Green Lantern. But we don't talk about that.
And I've checked. He hasn't replied to anyone else like that about this. One other person got a reply, and it was about the movie If. So he's on a
he's on a
promo
tour.
Promo a movie needs for Ryan Reynolds is Ryan Reynolds.
So,
however,
here's the thing.
I'll take a free T-shirt, something like
Mr. Lively. If you don't mind gracing us with your presence, you will be one of the first to do so. I know you have your aviation gym. You're back to Wrexham. You also have If. You also have Deadpool and Wolverine. You're a busy man. We got that. We understand. So allow us to grace us with our presence. Grace you with our presence at an event that's showing Deadpool and Wolverine. It'll get good word of mouth, even though you're a one-man marketing team. So
yeah, can I get a discount on Mint Mobile? Something
Wow.
Hey, shoot, hey, swing for the fences.
I mean,
an autograph sticky note that says Wolverine sucks. I'll take anything.
So I implore you, Mr. Lively, keep us in mind. We'd like to have you on the show. Pop it at a theater. Ohio, New Jersey, New York, Texas,
Virginia.
New Jersey would love to have you.
I can hear the jokes now.
More?
Put you into far in the same room. You're speaking to him. It's like, may I implore upon you that your presence will be welcome. You hear Tafari going, yeah, make sure I get a shirt with that too. Can you sign us with? Give me something.
I'm just saying, my parents don't need the play-by-play, but I will take a souvenir.
Chris will go, I got this. So what my companion is trying to say, yeah, make sure they're front row seats. As I was trying to state prior to his outburst, I don't want to do this anymore. And just like, wow.
At which point he'd probably who is that guy? He's our PR. We just got hit with a couple trailers, and we're gonna save one for Thursday. But one of them is My Adventures with Superman season 2 just dropped. We'll check that out right now, which will be premiering on Max and Adult Swim, not Skinamax.
No.
Them all people, is that even a thing anymore? What's going on, Nix?
Lady Chatterley is still relevant on Skinamax.
Oh God! So here's My Adventures with Superman season 2 trailer.
Who the heck are you? Stay away from my friends. Lois, Jimmy, and the Man of Steel are back. Just 3 best friends living their best lives.
Let's just go with my plan.
Well, what's your one?
Battling the worst supervillains in the universe.
With this many toys to play with, we can finally take out Superman.
What's your name?
Lex Luthor.
You have no idea what you're up against.
Superman saves us from threats. Ever since that alien showed up, Metropolis has been a parade of freaks and destruction.
I will take what is rightfully mine and rebuild the Kryptonian Empire.
Run! Get out of here!
Did you think it would be that easy?
My Adventures with Superman Season 2 premieres May 25th from midnight to 1 a.m. on Toonami. Next day on Max.
I'm not alone.
Heroes unite.
Nice.
I missed that at the end. Was that Kara?
Yeah, look like it.
Yeah.
Sure was.
Yep. I like the direction they're taking with this. Based off the first season, I like the direct. Like it took some getting used to, but it's a fresh style of storytelling. It's not dated,
Right.
and the anime angle, well, that just, I think they managed to figure out how to get a anime style known property here and make it in an anime style, and it be successful. And we've seen it happen several times. And not, I think it's hard to translate that a lot of times, because we've seen it with Blade, we've seen it with X-Men, we've seen it with Wolverine. It's a hard translation.
Yeah.
You know, the popularity isn't as strong. So
I like what they're doing with it, just because I've never seen this origin story done like this, where he's from Krypton, but something's like actively after him the entire time.
Yeah.
There was like a huge invasion at the time of his arrival.
Yeah,
And then I kind of like that it's friendly, but I like that it's on Adult Swim, because if it needs to, it at least has the range to get extreme if it wants. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see how far they can take it this season or later. And then as long as they don't touch anything, I feel like this could be the start of a new animated universe, the way Superman was for Batman, Justice League, Unlimited, if they play it right.
Right. So I'm glad you mentioned that. Who has watched Crisis of Infinite Earths Part 1? 1, 2, 3.
I saw it on Max.
5 of us. Okay. Look at Whoopty and Laney just like, not me.
No, because I'm going in order.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Oh, you got
so
away.
far,
Okay.
what is you
Very
do.
much.
Yeah.
So what are your thoughts? We'll start with Navy. What's your thoughts on Crisis so far?
I'm excited. I'm excited. I like that they split it up and they made it a cliffhanger to the next one. They're taking their time telling the story, which is what DC has been known for, but they're not rushing it. And that's the thing that keeps me there, because if you tell the story and you make it so enticing that I want to see what's going to happen next, and you're not trying to insult my intelligence, I will come back. And I want to see how you wrap this up. And don't do a Game of Thrones season 8 or I will fuck you up.
God, no.
We don't talk about
they've already revealed that Part 3 will have Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill playing their respective roles of Joker and Batman for the final time.
Yeah, and this scene, me and Nix are on the same page. I'm hoping that if not a whole show, they can at least introduce that world's version of certain new characters and see how people like it, and maybe we get an introduction there, or maybe they even pop up in Crisis. But
they're following.
Yeah, more so. Yeah, they are.
Yeah. I like that this show at least has that early Adult Swim feel of, hey, you can tell they're just making this, putting it out, and no one's coming in and telling them to shift pieces around. Zaslav, keep your hands away.
That part. That part right there.
That's the thing. We won't talk about GOT season 8. The season that literally the season that literally fell apart. We're just like, wait a minute.
We refuse to talk about the Starbucks season. No, we're not.
Right.
So, Mayhem, you said you seen it, right?
Yeah, Crisis.
Yeah.
I'm honestly, I guess I'm cautiously optimistic. Like, I feel it when they first announced it, it felt too soon to the end of the last animated universe. And I felt like they were about to start a cycle like, DC does of like, it's been 5.5 minutes. Let's have another Crisis. And then like, let's just reboot everything again. But I do remember liking the first installment. So I'm still in the game to give part 2 the earnest watch through. I'm not like just like another one. Like, no, I'm gonna watch it.
I think this is one of those things because they did it with Long Halloween, which was pretty much the introduction of Jensen Ackles doing Batman. And they split it in part 1 and part 2. And I think by them doing this with Infinite, which is a good move to do something like this in a 3-part film or animated film feature, it's easier for them to tell that story narrative that they need to tell because it's not just a dead stop. It's like, no, there's more to go. Yeah, there's more to go. You just got to stay tuned. There's more to go. And the fact that they already have it in the can, you know. So, and I still have to watch part 2. I still have to watch part 2. And I think, you know what? See, so Nick said part 2 was mid, but he's a DC guy. And I
He
think
don't
part
like
of,
anything.
but see, here's the thing. I think the reason why he's saying that is because it's not all 3 parts not all together, but like in a city. Because we all know we can do a city. Like, yeah, what are we doing today? Nothing. I'm not going anywhere. Can you take me? Nope. I'm not. This is my relaxing day. This is my peace. I'm watching 6 hours, 6+ hours of DC animation. That's what I do.
But see, this also kind of goes to the mindset of us who had Saturday morning cartoons. We had to wait a week to get the next episode of whatever show we were watching. So you had to be patient. In this day and age, everybody expects it now. My thing is, I'm willing to wait if you tell the story correctly. I'm willing to wait. If you rush it, no, go ahead.
That is why we're all on pins and needles for the next 3 episodes of X-Men, or we've been on pins and needles for the episodes that we just got.
Took the words right out of my mouth. I could have said it better and with better hair. So bravo. I appreciate that.
Spartan, what you think?
I'm really just echoing what everybody else has been saying. I'm very optimistic. Zaslav needs to stay far away from this. And like I said, they have been doing exactly what we've asked them to do from the DC anime universe. But yeah, I've got nothing more to add to it except for the fact that let's hope that the next part will not be a letdown. I'm hoping there's not a falling off moment. That's all I'm hoping for. Just
when I originally read Crisis, I had to read it in trade because it's so much to read a story like that in singular books. You can have that anticipation like we do with X-Men 97. We have that anticipation like I can't wait till next month to the next issue, or that next crossover that's tying into that event, which will probably be that same week or that following week, you know. But it's a lot. So as you read it in trade, you're just like, there was a lot going on. A lot going on. I mean, it's the same thing with the death of Superman. There was a lot going on that you just had to sit back and take in. You're just like, Jesus Christ, this is a lot. I can't say the same about the Clone Saga. That is a mind fuck either way you look at it.
But even with the death of Superman, there was a lot of anticipation of what was going to happen next. So everybody was patient and waited to see what was going to be put out.
Yeah. Crisis and trade. As a matter of fact, any of the Crisis, any Identity Crisis, Infinite Crisis, those are good reads.
The first one they did in the early 2000s, I still have on DVD. Like, they should just have those random celebrity cameos. James Woods as Owls, man, just kills the role completely.
Yeah, that's still a good one. That's still a good one because I'm just like, this is as quick as it is. It still holds pretty well. But see, a lot of DC animated films hold up very well.
Yes,
I think it's a rare. They have rare misses when it comes to their animation. Very rare. Even when they did their those Batman animated shorts, and they had the anime version of it where he was like disappearing and coming back, and like it was almost like a vampire feel.
Yeah.
That was still really good because it's different.
Justice League Gods and Monsters was off the beat path, but it was genius. Absolute genius how they did it.
Right.
Same with Superman Red Sun.
Red Sun.
Story.
Oh
yeah,
my
Red Sun's good.
Great story.
Herb said he bought 10 white boxes. Superman dies. It never paid off.
Laney, I think it's all back, but it's basically if Superman landed in Russia instead of America.
No. I know you're talking about. I actually saw that because it's on the list. I actually saw that one.
My wife watches a lot of old cowboy stuff, because that's what she was, her grandmother raised her on that.
It's Bad and the Ugly.
You know, well, no, actually, that's pretty damn good. But she watches like Gunsmoke and The Rifleman, and she watches some old schoolers. Me, give me The Quick and the Dead. Give me Tombstone. Give me those joints. You know, I'm cool.
Tombstone, Pretend to Yuma.
Right, yes, give me those joints. You know, Posse, all of those. I can watch those all day. But generally, when I go to bed, I got a DC animated something going on. Just because I'm like, I won't. Sorry, agree with a horror. I won't watch a horror movie before I go to bed. My mind is way too vivid. My mindscape is so vivid that I'm just like, yeah, I had this weird dream last night. Chucky was on the barbecue grill, and for some reason, he said, "You like your steak raw?" And I'm like, "No." And why are you here? You know, I don't need those type of weird ass dreams. Then I'm at work just like this. I gotta reset. Oh,
honestly, I feel like Under the Red Hood, I feel like John DiMaggio should have been our new mainstream Joker from there.
Yeah,
they did go through a lot of Joker changes.
Because even when he came back for the, I don't know why they didn't get Jensen back for Red Hood, but when they did the
Jensen doesn't know why they didn't come back for Jensen for Red Hood.
that part. When they did the Death in the Fam, Choose Your Own Adventure, and he gives him that whole monologue of like, basically, I'm your dad now. Like that whole thing was. I'm like, I can hear Bender in there, but I'm like, this is this would do better as a mainstream Joker in like all animated properties.
Like, but Jensen had always wanted to play Red Hood. He wanted to do a lot when they had Titans, live action Titans. He wanted to play. He would have been perfect. See, Obi agrees.
Obi fighting demons.
Yeah,
don't do that.
Shecky on the Barbie.
Yeah. He was pushing to play a live action Red Hood for a very long time, to the point that the outfit showed up in an episode of Supernatural. He wore it as a costume for his kids one year. He was very vocal about it. And I don't know. I'm like, it's right there in your face. Like, it would have been perfect. It just would have been perfect to have him and Dick Grayson, like they would have been around the same age.
Yeah,
so, yeah, it just makes sense.
And they would have had that sibling rivalry. That would have been perfect on Titans, honestly. But
yeah, because the kid they had, he always struck me. I'm like, this kid's too squirrely.
Yeah.
His voice is too squirrely. He puts the mask on, and all of a sudden it's a different voice. Like you got a whole your voice got a major modulator in it. You know, it's just he couldn't sell it.
Yeah,
couldn't sell it. You know, I've seen Jensen Ackles play that tormented soul on Supernatural when he was possessed by Cain.
Yeah,
you know, and then again I can't remember. And then Michael, the Archangel. I've seen that torment. I'm like, we could have had that guy, because I've seen that torment. I'm like, we've seen that guy, so I don't know.
It could have been. I agree with that, but at the same time, who was running the show? I mean, technically, Kripke was going from Supernatural to The Boys, so that was that whole transition that has now hasn't completed full circle, because he hasn't gotten what's his face yet. he hasn't gotten the other half of Supernatural.
Give it time. Give it time. Bobby Singer's on there. Ackles is on there. Give it time.
Yeah, they got Jensen, they got Bobby Singer, and they Bobby Singer, Jensen Ackles, the father.
Oh, Dean.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan. He's going to be on there for the upcoming season. Jared Padalecki has already said that he's just like, hey, I'm the last piece.
Right.
You might as well call me in.
That and Castiel.
And Castiel.
That would be the greatest.
Look, after Gotham Knights, he needs a win.
God, he was the only reason why I was trying to watch Gotham Knights.
I forgot about that show. Came and went
as it should have.
Yes,
along with that and the video game.
He was the saving grace of Gotham Knights, and it still would. I'm just like, if it wasn't for everything else around him,
right?
the show and the movie. I mean, not the movie. The show and the game tanked, and then they tried to make so many off Rocksteady properties, and we're just like, what if we just Suge Knighted Rocksteady? And then they just said, and then Rocksteady didn't want to be Rocksteady anymore.
No, they said deuces. They said, look, y'all guys getting y'all GTA, and then we're out.
Yeah,
you might get that.
If that third Crisis movie is still in effect, y'all can blow it up.
Yeah. So we have another one, and we can't wait because this pops up tomorrow morning. We are in the final 3 episodes of X-Men 97. Hashtag bring back Bo. For the record, Bo DeMaio has been on Twitter, and he has been discussing episode after episode after episode the writing processes of each episode. The tweets he put out today, he broke down the entire breakdown of how he's done, how he's worked, and even giving acknowledgement to the team of people that he's worked with. So that leads us to question, was he really toxic?
I'm going to say it. I think he secretly got rehired. I think he got rehired.
You're looking at that too, huh? I wonder.
All the Twitter gloating has got to be his victory lap, and like every tweet is and I told you so.
It's just so because we are in for a ride. Let's put it like this: if you are X-Men fan, we eating.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we eating well. Oh my God. So yeah.
I'm sorry, Bad Batch. I know your finale's tomorrow, but my Wednesdays are low. Y'all are still here, but there's X-Men, there's Bad Batch.
My God, I totally forgot about that.
I will give Bad Batch its entire attention. It just had to be this weekend.
But there's X-Men, Bad Batch, Family Guy, Grownish. It's my Wednesdays are loaded. I'm sorry. I'll get to y'all.
It was like they premiered before X-Men, but it was just
right. They were by themselves for a good chunk of this season.
Yes, they were.
And then all of a sudden, the X-Men came up, and no one knows. We're like, "Oh, Bad Batch is still on." Yeah, it's on.
Yeah, and it's their final season at that.
I was gonna say it's their
finale tomorrow. I think.
Yeah,
so it's a lot, but
too bad.
We'll get to you. We're not disgracing you. It's just this is a lot to digest over here. So here's the final trailer for X-Men 97. Here we go.
The mansion's still standing.
Why is there even a final trailer? Good grief.
My family.
Marvel knows what they got.
To be free.
My stomach hurts.
Help build a world where mutants could live however they wish, safe and without fear. My X-Men.
My legs.
Right.
Put your ass on mute, man.
It's just not the chair, Chuck. You're not keeping it.
Strong. For the
Jafar, if you don't clip that, you're fired. That's all I gotta say.
For every mutant still out there, we need hope.
Let us do what we do. Believe in each other.
Hello, Mama.
Yeah.
Charles Xavier entrusted me with his dream. Everything he built, everything he fought for, now belongs to me. My X-Men.
Almost forgot.
Oh, am I going to war or a circus?
What'd you expect? Black leather?
Nice.
So do we want to start with the shot at the end?
Right.
I'll tell you this much. That fucking score gives me chills.
Every time, dude.
They have
If
told
you
the
are watching
narrative
this
in
show-
this series unmatched.
If you are watching this show and you aren't feeling everything, the anger, the
You're dead
sadness, the
inside.
happiness, the rage, something's
Dead
wrong with
inside.
you.
You're dead inside.
There's a
Yeah.
chill that goes down my spine when that intro comes on because that takes me back. Come on, y'all.
So let me say this. Bo DeMay spoke in one of his tweets. He said when he was breaking down the writing process, he would let them know, he would see what is going to go on. He was giving them books to read. This is what it looks like when you care about the project that you're doing and that you're an actual fan. And that's
sounds
all
good.
we've
That's
ever
fun.
been asking for. That's it. And good Lord, we are what? 3 episodes we're set with. Yeah, we're getting ready to be.
Yeah.
3.
And hasn't failed yet. Not a beat missed, not a downturn, not a dud. Just locked in 100% to the fact that Forbes is even saying this is
their best project.
This is the best thing they've got.
We've been saying this as comic fans the entire time. We want the shows, but do the fucking legwork. Research the characters and the stories.
That part.
That's all you got to do. Just do that, and you will not have as many people raging because you got them wearing these outlandish outfits and doing the craziest things when that character doesn't do that. That character doesn't speak like that. What is wrong with y'all?
Appreciate you, Verb. That was
Doggone it, Verb.
who was the writer that held the grudge for 2 decades about the yellow spandex line in the first movie? Spartan, if you're talking, you're muted. Or if he's talking to us, I don't know.
I think he's talking to Obi.
He's being a father. He's being a parent.
I'm multitasking. Give me a second.
Okay. I didn't realize because that was my first X-Men movie, so I didn't realize the yellow spandex line was a dig, and now they come back this late.
Here's the funny thing: the leather thing happened before the movie did, and it was under Frank Quitely and Grant Morrison, because that was the introduction of the second mutations and everything. And they were wearing black leather, and so then by the time the movie came out, that was the popular look, was the black leather. And yes, it's still a dig at the original movie.
Also, according to Bo, if you want to get ready for the finale, you have a homework. So
yeah,
I'll go ahead and save this for y'all. Finale prep recommendations are One Man's Worth Part 1 and 2, Sanctuary Part 1 and 2, Descent, and The Final Decision, which is season 4, episode 9 and 10. That's the future episode with Storm and Wolverine. That's the Asteroid M Part 1 and 2. That's season 5, where they go into the origin of Mr. Sinister. And then the season 1 finale with, I think, our first big meeting with Master Mold and Trask.
I feel like you need to put that in the chat.
Oh no, I'll put it up on screen when it's.
Oh yeah.
Which one is the Descent?
Descent is season 5, episode 9.
Yeah,
it kind of jumps around, but it's moments that matter for these next coming episodes. Like they matter. Like you need to be there.
I'm grown. Don't give me homework. The disrespect is felt.
So yeah, there it is. Season 4, episode 9.
Well, speaking of one-ups, if everybody will check the group chat.
Screenshot it.
Yeah. So there's quite a bit. I will show a teaser of what they have, because they dropped that today as well. And damn, once again, chills. They're not letting me down. So here we go. Here's that teaser.
Watch out! They're boxing us in. Time stop me anything when you can't go back. Plow forward. Okay,
Let's show these toasters why you don't screw with the Summers.
Don't
look at my girl not passing out.
Gene
Right.
said, we don't,
I'm about
Gene
to
said
say
we don't need that car.
two things. Gene knows actually how to save people now, so we definitely know she ain't give a fuck about your ass. Okay.
Hell yeah.
Like that was the one thing that stuck out to me the most of that whole scene. I was like, Gene did not even lift a finger. That's how you know you're fucked up. Okay.
Look, when it happened, that was my first thought, and I'm like, fuck them.
Oh no! I definitely was on fuck him, but just the fact that Gene didn't say anything.
Like,
you know what I'm saying? Like, I thought
Gene didn't do anything. Nightcrawler didn't do anything. They were both just like, this is what we do now. Well, Morph, you're the only one that's shocked. You couldn't do anything. You probably could have. You could have.
He could have turned into Archangel and flew.
But
I mean,
he didn't really want to do it neither.
He chose to be
I was about to
useless.
say, he ain't really want to do anything.
So
He was
yeah,
just talking shit.
I'm just like, yeah, we needed that. Oh boy, that was a win. I was sitting there like, yeah.
What was that? Someone said James Bond meets X-Men, something like that.
That was Bo.
that?
He said, "Imagine Bond meets an X-Men movie."
There you go. I remember seeing something like that.
So
yeah,
they're not there.
It was definitely James Bond.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was.
This is definitely looking to be winning some kind of accolade somewhere, because like I said before, I said it last week, the writing alone.
That means
Early.
They looking to hurt some feelings.
They looked at these puzzle pieces and said, "This is where we put them. This is how you create the picture."
This might just be the chess piece. They're playing chess right now, and this is probably why no one's heard of who's in the live action as of yet.
I don't care.
Say it, man.
Because I'm a man on an island as far as the debate with Shrek and Kung Fu Panda. I just want to let
Here
y'all
we
know
go.
now.
Here they go.
And if they do something goofy and make it like a animation Emmy, it's going to lose against Bluey. I'm just letting y'all know now. When it happens, I told you. That's it.
So, for those in the chat, let's settle this before we check out of here. We do not hate Kung Fu Panda. Let's just put that on the dock right now. We don't hate Kung Fu Panda, but Kung Fu Panda cannot beat Shrek when it comes to just sheer comedy.
One was written for adults, one was written for kids.
You can
And I'm
quote
going to take this
Shrek.
tweet in writing as Bo's promised to come on here.
It's like you can watch the American Thomas the Tank Engine or the British Thomas the Tank Engine, because the British didn't give a damn.
Right. We're showing his love tonight. But yeah, we don't hate Kung Fu Panda. It's just Kung Fu Panda's not quotable.
Right.
Oh, Kung Fu Panda is not correct.
I mean, how many times can you sit there and go skadoosh?
Yeah.
I mean,
It was great.
Oh, I'm not doubting it. It's just not.
The ending was great because of his fat.
Oh wow!
Way to encourage body positivity, Disney. So basically, if you fat, they can't hit your pressure points.
Oh,
yeah,
that is factual. My child tries every day.
Oh man, so it's at that special time. We gotta dock the ship. It's been sitting in orbit, so we didn't have to save anybody today with any kind of stale review. But
Wrap-up protocol initiated, Captain.
all right, we starting off with our very own whoopty freaking dude. Talk to the people, tell them where they are, where they can find you, all that fantastical, wonderful stuff.
You can find me mainly on Instagram when I'm supposed to be at work, and lately also And it's also on TikTok at Whoopty Frickin' Do. I finally got it right. At Whoopty Frickin' Do until they get Instagram off. Not Instagram, TikTok off. And you can also find me at Fresh Press by Z for your nerdy and not nerdy nails.
She's here to save us all. Well, those who like to wear nails anyway.
Yeah, what she said.
I'm about to say, Chris, you wanted to say something? Because I thought that was pretty cool.
What?
Nails.
Oh, no, I like my nails how they are. I could use something to scratch my back right now, but that's about it.
Full set.
Talk to them. Agree on the horror. Talk to the people.
What's up, y'all? This is Lainey from Geek by Heart. Me and my husband run Geek by Heart on YouTube. You can find us there. You can find me also at blerdseyeview.org. Me and the great people right over here. They write a lot of articles. I write about horror because I love horror, and I will go and fall asleep to horror, other than things like The Strangers, because that shit actually scares the shit out of me.
I got a new one coming out.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna watch it, and then I'll have lights on, and then I'll honestly have a knife by me.
Wow.
There was so much.
I'm not joking. Not joking at all. But anyway,
boy.
check us out on YouTube. We're a lot of fun. We talk about trailers and we talk about movies that we have seen.
All right, Navy.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, blurs of all ages, good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Here with the crew, it is your frosty bearded blurticore here. You can find me across everything under that name right there. I've been doing more of the blurticore and convos on my YouTube channel. Please come on over and check out the previous ones that I've done. They have been phenomenal. Everybody's been so responsive. The last one I did with Trey, my man, that was so much fun, and I'm looking forward to it. I've got more guests lined up. And I'm working to hustle to make this happen. I'm going to be doing more content on TikTok, and it's going to be a little bit more what's inside of me. So y'all just get ready for that. But support these content creators out there. Support everybody who's out there creating content, and stop worrying about the opinions of others when it has to do with your work. Because if they're not supporting you, they're not worth listening to. So just keep it together. Find your mutuals, and most importantly, believe in yourself. Because if you want, then who will?
Reverend Nick.
I think Marvel's watching us.
No, don't do that.
That would be incredible. You see all the junk behind me.
Think Gomez, who plays Miss America, joined on the IG page.
Ho!
StreamYard, get it together so we can see Instagram.
Welcome. Yeah, right. Crew. We are
there was one day we were having a deep convo on Navy's thing, and he's like, "Oh, Tommy shut up." I'm like, "I'm over here talking to myself for an hour on Instagram with you and Roxy."
Hey, I remember them days. I go back to it because to get to here, I had to start there, and that's where everybody has. We have a beginning, so don't get frustrated if things don't go your way. Your time is coming. Just hang in there.
That should be passing collection plate.
So,
oh my gosh, stop that!
Marvel, we're listening, we're waiting in bated breath.
If anybody official is watching, please click the YouTube link in whatever bio of whatever app you're on currently.
Right.
Ms. Gomez, you'll probably be hearing from me.
Or if he responds again. Anyhow, find me here on all platforms. I post on Mondays because Mondays are terrible, and I try to make them a little less terrible. Last video was a tribute to the late great Akira Toriyama. Also, if anybody's ever curious what the process like of getting cars professionally graded, I also do an unboxing for that and other cool knickknacks. I'll get back to the funny next week. I had to get that out. I also do the editing and behind the scenes stuff here on Blerd's Eye View. So we do clips Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays between shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thank y'all for the likes, the shares, and subscriptions. Thank y'all for the donations. It really helps. I promise y'all, we're not blowing this all on steak and cocaine. So,
well, steaks, of course.
Not all of us.
Yeah. Also, Ryan Reynolds, bold him out. Pull up. Return your tweets. Don't leave me hanging out here. Yeah. Donate. Please keep supporting. If you can't make it through a 2-hour show, I get it. Highlights and all this other stuff will be, some of it will be chopped up for tomorrow. Some of it will be saved for Friday because it was a free for all, but we got through a lot tonight.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It happens. We can make it. Captain and Soup. Gotta make it happen.
Yeah, both of this has a written commitment, so
wow.
Anytime you're ready, Bo.
He said soon.
Right. Loki says good night, everybody.
Deuces, big head.
Put him back in the
Actually
box.
wrote everything down so I don't miss anything. Cool. It is I will be watching the Cinematic Assassin. You can follow me at Mayhem Media. That's MAYEHEM Media on all platforms. I am the senior web developer and editor-in-chief at blerdseyeview.org. We cover the big screen, the small screen, gamer screens, and the squared circle. We are open for submissions, so if there's something in the nerddom space that you would like to write about, please reach out to myself or any of these amazing people. Yeah. I am the audio engineer and sound designer for the upcoming Midnight Comics audio drama. I am the audio engineer for the upcoming remaster of the triumphant arc of Josh Evans' High Form Family's Talk Story to Me. I make content for people that are pressed on time. The TLDR, I developed this rhyme from Bruce Lee to Bluey and all in between. I highlight the best things that I've seen, collectibles, film, comics, and of course, most essential thing that I talk about is protecting your mental. So take 3 things. 1, meds. 2, PTO. 3, a deep breath, and let that shit go.
Hey,
I'm so proud of him. Let's go.
One thing y'all haven't said since like the first time I watched the show, I forget which one of y'all did it. PTO stands for Prepare the Others.
Oh yeah, that's normally Spartan's line. It's normally Spartan's line. It's like if
I usually follow up with it, but no, Will is usually prepare the others. But yes, hi, Black Spartan, Black_Spartan 615 is where you can find me on the socials. I do reviews on everything, including gym stuff, because I try to stay in shape. Or try to keep up with Obi, who constantly challenged me and my beard. So I feel like at probably 13 years old, we got to fight. Anyway, what shows I do got? How the Prep we got here every Wednesday at 7. Give me a podcast every Friday. Podcast can be seen and found wherever you get your podcast from. Again, guys, we always say about unity. We always say about sharing. We always say like, share, and follows. Costs you literally nothing. So with that also being said, guys, 3 simple rules I usually have. Number 1, respect the cosplayer at all times. Number 2, wash your ass. I understand summer's coming around. Natural deodorant does not work. That goes for both genders. And number 3, the same rule that I have for myself as well as for everyone else in a world that's cold, that's mean. Again, be nice, be kind. Don't be a dick, and we'll all be cool.
Right on. Thank you, everybody who's watched us on IG, on YouTube, Twitch, and wherever you catch us. You can catch us live Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. Eastern, on all those channels, YouTube, Twitch, and IG. Also, thank you to all those who's donated. Shout out to Verb, shout out to Trey, and all those who voted. Shout out to Lizzie. They all donated. Thank you. You can donate on the YouTube channel so you can help us get better equipment, get to cons, and whatever that it's needed for the team. Also, sign up for the email list, the newsletter list. They're getting ready TikTok. We got other ways we can talk. Besides, TikTok's just not for us like that.
Part.
Anyway. But you can check us out wherever you listen to your podcast. You can check us out on all those stations I just listened to, including Always Press Record. And I am your man on the wall, Chris Fury. Stay tuned to Thursday, and we'll do a slight recap of what happens tomorrow morning on X-Men 97. Whoosh. Breathe, woosah, whatever it is you need to do, but don't spoil it for those who have not watched it.
Facts.
Don't be that way. So until then, till Thursday, remember to educate yourself and others, entertain yourself and others, and most of all, encourage yourself and others. I'm Chris Fury. This was our wild card today. I like doing wild cards. Thank you to the crew.
Yeah.
We will see you soon. We're out.
Drake.